Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Matt to the 90s. I know it's been a minute, but have no fear. I am here and I'm coming at you with an awesome video today, especially if you're a fan of Disney in the 90s, because that's right. It is my top 10 90s animated Disney movies that I love watching as a kid growing up in the 90s. And if you love Disney and you love the Disney cartoons like I do, then you're definitely going to want to stick around for this one. And if you didn't get a notification that this video's up, then you're definitely going to want to do that. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It helps me out so much, and I appreciate every single one of you. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into number 10 on my list. For all you Disney fans out there, I know you're going to love this one. It's the 1995 Pocahontas. Pocahontas, released by Disney in 1995, is an animated musical drama film directed by Mike Gabriel and Eric Goldberg. The movie is loosely based on the historic encounter between English settler John Smith and Pocahontas, the daughter of Chief Powhatan. I think I messed that all up. During the early 17th century in what now is Virginia. Set against the backdrop of a new world, the story follows Pocahontas, a free spirited and strong willed Native American woman, as she seeks to find her own path. Her life changes when English settler arrives, led by Governor Ratcliffe and the adventurous John Smith. Pocahontas and John Smith developed a deep bond despite the cultural divided and grown tension between their people. Through her wisdom and connections with nature, Pocahontas strives to bring peace and understanding between the two groups. The film featured memorable music by Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz, including the Academy Award winning song Colors of the Wind. It also addresses themes of love, cultural conflict, and environmental respect. While Pocahontas received praise for its animation, musical score, and voice performances, it also faced criticism for its historical, inaccurate, and cultural portrayal. Nevertheless, it remains a significant part of Disney animation canon, notable for its attempt to address complex themes within a child's film format. Just around the river bend. Even though Pocahontas wasn't one of my favorite Disney movies growing up as a kid, it definitely deserved a spot on my top 10 list because Pocahontas definitely brought back some nostalgic memories for me. Like I said, even though I didn't watch it a lot as a kid, it was definitely a great animated movie from Disney. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and go right into my number 9 spot on my list, and that is none other than this 1991 animated Disney movie that is a huge part of the Disney animation series, and that's none other than Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast, released in 1991, is an animated musical romantic fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation and released by Walt Disney Pictures. The movie is based on the classic French fairy tale of the same name by Jean Marie Laprince de Beaumont. It was directed by Gary Tersdale and Kirk Wise and featured music by Alan Menken and lyrics by Howard Ashman. The story follows Belle, a bright and independent young woman who is perceived as odd by her village for her love of books and dreams of adventure. Her father, Maurice, gets lost in the woods and stumbles upon a mysterious enchanted castle where he is imprisoned by the beast, a prince cursed to live as a monstrous creature until he can learn to love and be loved in return. Belle bravely offers to take her father's place as the beast prisoner. Over time, she befriends the castle's enchanted staff, including Lumiere, Cogsworth, and Miss Potts, and her son Chip, who have been transformed into household objects due to the same curse. Despite their rocky start, Belle and the Beast develop a deep bond, discovering that true beauty lies within. Meanwhile, the arrogant and self absorbed hunter Gaston, who is determined to marry Belle, schemes to kill the beast and wins Belle's hand by force. The film was critical and commercial success, praised for its animation, musical score, and voice performances, particularly those by Paige O'Hare as Belle, Robbie Benson as the Beast, and Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts. Beauty and the Beast made history as the first animated film to be nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture and won the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. It also won Academy Award for Best Original Score and Best Original Song for the title track Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast is often regarded as one of Disney's greatest animated features and is a milestone in animation history, noted for its advancements in animation techniques, compelling storytelling, and memorable music. So you already know Beauty and the Beast was definitely going to be on my list, so it definitely deserves a spot at number 9. But without further ado, we'll get into number 8, and that is this Disney classic right here. It's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, released in 1996, is a Disney animated musical drama film based on Victor Hugo's 1831 novel of the same name. Directed by Gary Tersdale and Kirk Wise, the movie is set in 15th century Paris and follows the story of Quasimodo, the kind hearted, deformed bell ringer of Notre Dame Cathedral. Quasimodo, who has been isolated from society by his cruel guardian, Judge Claude Frollo, yearns to experience the world outside the cathedral walls. The plot thickens when Quasimodo ventures out during the Festival of Fools and meets the compassionate and free spirited Romanian woman, Esmeralda. As Quasimodo forms a bond with Esmeralda, he becomes entangled in a struggle against Frollo's tyrannical rule and his campaign against the Romanian people. The movie explores themes of acceptance, justice, and the complexities of good and evil. The film is notable for its mature themes and darker tone compared to other Disney animations of its time. Through its also featured moments of humor and memorable music numbers composed by Alan Menken, the lyrics by Stephen Schwartz, songs like Out There, Topsy Turvy, and Hellfire contribute to the movie's emotional depth and complexity. While The Hunchback of Notre Dame received praise for its animation, voice performances, and musical score, it also sparked discussion about its adaptation to Hugo's original novel, particularly its handling of dark themes and characters. Despite this, the film remains a significant entry in Disney's animated canon, recognized for its bold storytelling and visual artistry. All right, and coming in quick at number 7 is none other than the man of the trees. That's right, it's this Disney classic, and it is Tarzan. Tarzan is an animated adventure film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation and released by Walt Disney Pictures. Directed by Kevin Lima and Chris Buck, the film is based on Edgar Rice Burroughs' classic novel Tarzan of the Apes. The story follows a young boy named Tarzan who is orphaned in the African jungle and subsequently adopted by a family of gorillas. Raised by the compassionate gorilla Kala and her stern mate Kerchek, Tarzan grows up in the wild, becoming adept at navigating the jungle and communicating with animals. His world changes dramatically when he encounters humans for the first time: Jane Porter, her father, Professor Porter, and the guide Clayton, who have come to study gorillas. Jane and Tarzan develop a deep bond, leading Tarzan to confronting his human origins and the complexities of belonging to both the humans and animal worlds. The film explores themes of identity, family, and love as Tarzan ultimately strives to protect his gorilla family from the threats posed by the humans. Tarzan is renowned for its innovative animation techniques, particularly the use of deep canvas and a technology that allows 2D characters to move seamlessly through 3D environments. The film features a memorable soundtrack by Phil Collins with songs like You'll Be in My Heart and Two Worlds, which contributed to the film's critical and commercial success. The voice cast includes Tony Goldwyn as Tarzan, Minnie Diver as Jane, Glenn Close as Kala, and Brian Bless as Clayton. Tarzan received praise for its animation, music, and emotional depth, and it remains a beloved entry in Disney's animated canon. All right, so without drawing on this video too much longer, let's go ahead and jump into number 6. And this is one of my favorite bug movies ever. Not that I watch too many bug movies, but coming in at number 6 is A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life, released by Disney and Pixar in 1998, is an animated adventure film directed by John Lasseter and co-directed by Andrew Stanton. The story is set in a bustling colony of ants led by the wise and kind-hearted queen and her daughter, Princess Ada. The protagonist, Flick, is an inventive but clumsy ant whose latest mishap destroys the colony's offering of food meant to appease a group of menacing grasshoppers led by the ruthless Hopper. Desperate to save the colony from Hopper's threats of retaliation, Flick embarks on a journey to find warrior bugs to defend his home. Instead, he inadvertently recruits a troupe of circus insects who initially misunderstand his plea for help. The ragtag group of bugs, including a praying mantis magician, a ladybug clown, and a stick insect, eventually band together with Flick and the ant colony to deceive a clever plan to outwit Hopper and his gang. A Bug's Life is celebrated for its groundbreaking animation, engaging story, and humorous, well developed characters. It explores themes of teamwork, courage, and integrity, making it a family favorite and a significant film in the evolution of computer generated animation, making this one of my favorite bug movies from the 90s. All right, we're already halfway there. That means we're already at the number 5 spot on my top 10 90s animated Disney movies that I love watching as a kid growing up. So, without further ado, number 5 is actually one that both of my boys were just in a play for at school just about a month or so ago. And I absolutely love the play. It was hands down one of the best plays I've ever seen out of the couple that I have seen. But coming in at number 5 is this Disney classic, and that's right, it's none other than Aladdin. Aladdin, released in 1992, is an animated musical fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation and distributed by Walt Disney Pictures. Directed by John Musker and Ron Clements, the film is the 31st entry into the Disney animated canon. It is based on the Arabic folktale from the 1001 Nights and tells the story of Aladdin, a kind hearted but impervious young man living in the fictional Arabian city of Agrabah. The plot follows Aladdin's adventure after he discovers a magical lamp containing a powerful, wisecrackling genie voiced by Robin Williams. With the genie's help, Aladdin transforms into a prince to win the heart of Princess Jasmine, while also confronting the evil sorcerer Jafar, who seeks the lamp's power to absurd the Sultan and rule Agrabah. The film is renowned for its memorable characters, including the mischievous monkey Abu, the loyal magic carpet, and the sassy parrot Lago. Aladdin features an acclaimed soundtrack by composer Alan Menken with lyrics by Howard Ashman and Tim Rice. Songs such as A Whole New World, sorry about that, and Friend Like Me become an instant classic. The film was both a critical and commercial success, grossing over 500 million worldwide and winning 2 Academy Awards, one for Best Original Score and another for Best Original Song, A Whole New World. Aladdin is celebrated for its vibrant animation, engaging story, and the standout performance by Robin Williams, who in professional skills brought a unique energy to the genie character. The film's success led to 2 direct-to-video sequels, a television series, and a Broadway adaptation, cementing its place as a beloved classic in Disney animation films. All right, and swiftly coming in at number 4 on my list is one of my more favorite movies from the 90s Disney animated era, and that is only because I really do enjoy learning about the Greek god and goddesses. But with that being said, you could probably already guess what number 4 is, and that's right, it's Hercules. The 1997 Disney movie Hercules is an animated musical fantasy film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animation and released by Walt Disney Pictures. Directed by Ron Clements and John Musker, the movie is a lighthearted, comedic redemption of Greek mythology, particularly the story of Hercules. The plot follows Hercules, the son of Zeus and Hera, who is stripped of his immortality by the underworld god Hades as part of a plot to overthrow Zeus. Hercules is left on Earth and raised by mortal parents unaware of his divine origins. As a teenager, he discovers his true heritage and embarks on a journey to become a true hero, regain his place on Mount Olympus, and overthrow Hades' plan. Along the way, he is trained by the satyr Philosophes, aka Phil, and encounters various characters, including the spirited Megara, Meg, who initially works for Hades but eventually becomes Hercules' love interest. The film is known for its vibrant animation style, which draws inspiration from classic Greek art and a catchy musical numbers composed by Alan Menken. With lyrics by David Zippel, songs like Go the Distance and Zero to Hero are standout pieces that have become iconic in Disney's musical repertoire. Hercules combined humor, adventure, and heartfelt moments, creating a unique and entertaining retelling of the ancient myth. The voice cast included Tate Donovan as Hercules, James Wood as Hades, and Susan Egan as Meg, and Danny DeVito as Phil. Despite mixed initial reviews, the film has since gained a dedicated fan base and remains a beloved entry in the Disney's animated canon. All right, here we are, the top 3 already of my top 10 90s Disney animated movies that I love watching as a kid. So, I know you guys are going to love these 3 because these next 3 are some of my all-time favorite animated Disney movies to watch. So, with that being said, coming in at number 3 is none other than this movie that still kind of makes me cry to this day, and that's right, it's The Lion King. The Lion King, released by Disney in 1994, is a landmark animated film that blends stunning visuals, memorable music, and a timeless story. Directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff, the movie is set in the African savannah and follows the journey of a young lion cub named Simba. Born as the heir to the Pride Lands, Simba is thrust into turmoil when his father, King Mufasa, is tragically killed by his treacherous uncle Scar. Deceived into believing he is responsible for his father's death, Simba flees in exile. Throughout the film, Simba grows from a naive cub into a mature lion, aided by his friendship with Timon, a witty meerkat, and Pumbaa, a kind hearted warthog. The narrative explores themes of responsibility, courage, and redemption as Simba returns to reclaim his rightful place as king. The movie's emotional depth is enhanced by a powerful score from Hans Zimmer and iconic songs by Elton John and Tim Rice, including The Circle of Life, Hakuna Matata, and Can You Feel the Love Tonight? The Lion King was a critical and commercial success, becoming one of the highest grossing films of his time and winning numerous awards, including Academy Awards for Best Original Score and Best Original Song. Its legacy endures through various adaptations, including a successful Broadway musical and a 2019 CGI remake, making it one of my top 3 favorite movies to watch growing up as a kid in the 90s. And here we are, the last 2 movies on my list. These movies have the greatest storylines, in my opinion, of the 90s animated Disney movies. And that is the exact reason why they are the top 2 on my list. So, without further ado, coming in at the number 2 spot is this amazing movie. And that's right, it's Toy Story. Toy Story, released in 1995, is a landmark animated film produced by Pixar Animation Studios and released by Walt Disney Pictures. Directed by John Lasseter, it is notable for being the first entirely computer animated feature film revolutionizing the animation industry. The story is set in a world where toys come to life when humans aren't watching. It centers on Woody, a pull-string cowboy doll voiced by Tom Hanks, who has long been the favorite toy of a young boy named Andy. Woody's position is threatened when Andy receives a new toy for his birthday, Buzz Lightyear, a Space Ranger action figure voiced by Tim Allen, who initially believes he is a real Space Ranger rather than a toy. The film explores themes of jealousy, friendship, and acceptance as Woody and Buzz find themselves on unexpected adventures. They must work together to return to Andy before he moves to a new house. Their journey involves encounters with various other toys and crazy situations, highlighting their developing camaraderie and mutual respect. Toy Story received critically acclaimed for its groundbreaking animation, clever storytelling, and strong voice performances. It was a commercial success and has since become a beloved classic, spawning several sequels and solidifying its place as a seminal work in both animation and family entertainment, and that is why Toy Story comes in at number 2 on my list. And we finally made it to the number 1 movie on my list. This movie here is an absolutely amazing movie. And now that I'm older and I'm a father myself, this movie definitely hits different than it used to as a kid. But I could watch this movie over and over and over again. So, without further ado, coming in at my number 1 spot on my top 10 90s animated Disney movies is none other than A Goofy Movie. A Goofy Movie is a 1995 animated musical road comedy film produced by Walt Disney Feature Animations and directed by Kevin Lima. It served as a spin off to the Disney afternoon television series Goof Troop and focuses on Goofy and his teenage son Max. The plot centers around Goofy's attempt to bond with Max during a summer road trip following Max's efforts to impress his crush, Roxanne. Max's popularity at school skyrockets after a daring stunt at the last day of school assembly, leading to Roxanne agreeing to go with him to a party. However, Goofy, unaware of Max's plan, insists on taking Max on a fishing trip to Lake Destiny, Idaho, much to Max's dismay. Throughout the journey, Max and Goofy encounter various adventures and challenges that test their relationship. These include stops at roadside attractions, camping mishaps, and run ins with Bigfoot. A key subplot involves Max altering the trip's map to steer their route towards Los Angeles, where a live concert of Max's favorite pop star, Powerline, is taking place. This active rebellion leads to a climatic resolution at the concert where Goofy and Max eventually reconcile and Max's relationship with Roxanne is positively reinforced. The film is notable for its themes of father-son relationships, the struggle of adolescence, and the importance of understanding and communicating with families. The feature of mixed heartfelt moments and humor with standout musical numbers like After Today and On the Open Road. Upon its release, a Goofy movie received mixed reviews from critics but has since gained a cult following, especially among those who grew up in the 90s watching this movie. It is celebrated for its relatable characters, catchy soundtrack, and emotional depth of its storytelling. And this is exactly why a Goofy movie has made it to the #1 spot on my list. All right, and there you have it, folks. That was my top 10 animated Disney movies that I loved watching as a kid growing up in the 90s. Let me know if there was a movie on the list that you absolutely love, or maybe there a movie that wasn't on my list that you thought should have been. Let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And turn on the notification bell. That way so you can get notified the next time I post a video. But until then, folks, hopefully you enjoyed. I had tons of fun making this video. But until next time, remember, stay fresh, stay fly, and keep it 90s, my friends. Peace.